Then we have Franklin Graham, the son of the late Billy Graham. He's touring California, encouraging evangelicals to get out and vote. Well, we're less than a week to the primary, and joining us now is California Republican Party Chairman Jim Brulte. Jim, I'm not sure of the status of Christianity or evangelicals in California, but do you think the Reverend Graham is a plus for Republicans?
Well, I think the answer is yes. I've never met Reverend Graham. There is a direct correlation between church attendance and participation in the process as Republicans. The more likely you are to attend church more than once a week, the more likely you are to vote Republican. That said, church attendance in California as a percentage of the electorate is significantly lower than the national average. I suspect the reason Dr. Graham was in Fresno was because it's a little higher there than it is in certain areas of the Bay Area.
I think, Sir Jim, you're putting it mildly. I think Christianity has been just about run out of town in certain parts of northern and southern California, but that's another story and I won't get into it. But I ought to. All right, another one, Jim. The latest poll shows Democrat Gavin Newsom. He's in the lead, 25%. Republican John Cox second, 19%. Another Democrat, Antonio Villaraigosa, he's not too far behind at 15%. Would you say that the trend is towards the Republican candidates in the California primary?
I think so. I think everybody has expected the Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom to finish first. John Cox has been running second in almost every poll. Donald Trump endorsed John Cox a couple of weeks ago in a tweet. He reaffirmed that in a tweet. Now, there are a number of billionaires that have put about $20 million into an independent expenditure to help Antonio Villaraigosa get into the top two. They've spent a lot of that helping Antonio, a whole bunch, almost $2 million, attacking John Cox, and a little bit helping Travis Allen to try to divide the Republican vote. This is going to go down to the wire, but I believe at the end of the day, there'll be a Republican in the top two. You can't get into the top one if you don't get into the top two. So we're looking forward to November, but we got to get through June 1st.
Now, to be clear, it's just the top two, regardless of party, who go through to fight it out in November. So
That's
what
correct.
you really want, you've got to have a Republican in the top two, otherwise the Republican Party is aced out. Are you in favor of asking Travis Allen, who is running fourth or fifth at the moment, he's a Republican, you are asking him to leave the race?
Well, my job is to be neutral. I've had a number of conversations with Travis. He's a good guy. He's been running fourth in almost every poll I've seen. Our national committee woman, Harmeet Dillon, who spends a lot of time on the Fox network, has publicly tweeted that Travis, it's time to get out. But, you know, I don't get to control who runs, but we're working hard to make sure we get a Republican in the top two.
The biggest issue, I am told, is the gas tax imposed by the Democrats and Jerry Brown last year. There's likely to be a ballot initiative to get it reversed. That's your big issue, isn't it?
It's one of the big issues. It's in November, and right now the surveys show that Republicans overwhelmingly support repeal of the gas tax. Independent voters support it, but by a much smaller margin. And Democrats actually like the gas tax, and they're not in favor of repeal. This is a huge transfer of wealth from suburban and rural and mountainous areas to inner cities. This takes money that should go to building roads and gives it to bike lanes and mass transit. You know, Jerry Brown promised that he wouldn't support a tax that the voters of California didn't approve. But when it came to this tax, he decided to flip-flop and change his point of view. This was passed without any input from the voters. And I think there's good reason. I think the fact of the matter is that if you tell voters that we're going to raise your taxes over $5 billion a year and we're not going to add one highway mile or one freeway mile, they're going to reject it.
I think you've got an issue there, Jim. I really do. Jim Brulte, Chair of the Republican Party of California. Thanks for joining us, sir. And we'll certainly see you before next week. Got it.